Don't fuck up. Don't fuck yourself. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Rude Cookie School podcast. I'm your blah, 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 blah. I lost it somewhere in between. I'm your host, John Hauser III, and don't fuck up, don't fuck yourself. And I fucked up and I fucked myself. Anyway, with me, as always, lately is a guy with a Melmacian weird little guy behind him.
Ah!
What's your name?
My name's Evan the Mayor.
Hey, man. How you doing?
You know, living the good life.
Oh, yeah? Why is that?
Well, this week has been great. I've got a lady in the house who vomited.
Oh, no. That's not how I thought that was going to go.
Yeah. I mean, we can get into the other news.
Sure. Is she sick?
Yes.
Oh,
well, not anymore.
Sucks.
So
Okay.
we're actually going to go to T-Horse this weekend.
To what?
T-Horse. It's a new Szechuan restaurant in the Ellicott City area.
Okay.
It's getting rave reviews.
Cool.
And also we got engaged.
Did you now?
Yeah, we sure did. You were there.
I was there and I got it all on video. Well, not
Yeah,
all
you
of
did.
it. I got the part where she said yes.
A good 25 seconds of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a full video of said instance and audio of said instance on the ctb.show. Go check it out.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I was there for your 10th anniversary podcast
Yes.
celebration
Yeah.
at Checker Spot Brewing Company, right? Which was a fine place that made fine beers.
Yes. And I just so you know, John, I just hit record. So the first minute of this podcast is going to be a little janky.
Okay.
You're going to have to merge audio tracks. Oh, no.
Yay.
But we got to we talked to the taproom manager and told
Don't
us.
fuck up. Let's start this bitch from the top. That's good.
He
You got
told
to
us
talk
all
to-
about their big move. They're moving into a building that they're going to actually own. And, good things on the horizon for them.
Oh, cool. Where are they moving to?
I don't actually know.
Oh, okay.
He said,
was that the
like,
guy
he's-
that you... hold on.
Did you get a text message?
Dennis? Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah, Dennis Nash.
Yeah, Dennis Nash, the taproom manager at Checker Spot.
That's right. Are you going to get him on this podcast?
I was going to ask him.
I think you should. I mean, he'd be happy to do it.
He said him and the owner would probably want to be on.
Mm-hmm. I mean, not that it's it's food adjacent, but they won in like a Sam Adams Award and all this other crap.
That's
and,
cool.
And they're moving like 4 blocks away from where they are because they want to own their own spot, and who could blame them?
Right. It was weird because like walking into that place felt like walking into the old Hammerjacks, kind of like just the way that it was like situated, and the Hammerjacks was kind of in that like when you were walking into it, like the city is to your left, that kind of thing.
It is.
I was like,
it's
shit.
in a very similar situation geographically, but
Yes.
definitely not the same building.
No, not at all. But like it's just like walking up to it, like with the parking lot right there and everything. I was like, oh shit, I'm having like super hardcore early 90 vibes
For sure.
Me, yeah.
The only way you can really see that kind of footage anymore is to watch the movie Serial Mom, or you can find some.
Oh yeah, because they
go to Hammerjacks, and
is that L7?
Yes,
Yes,
yes, it is.
Yeah.
Or you can find footage of the old that Hammerjacks being torn down on YouTube, and a lot of grits, as we called them back then, booing the whole process.
I was drinking there at 14.
Yeah, I think I was
15.
15. I saw the Ramones on their air quote final performance tour because they did at least 5 more shows after that.
I saw a lot of bands there. It was a lot of fun. I saw a lot of crazy shit there. I saw a lot of stuff that a 14-year-old should not see in that place.
I think I had a friend who saw Marilyn Manson perform there, and his butthole like wound up on stage.
Oh,
and he was like,
be surprised.
"Oh, he was showing his junk to underage kids." I was like, "Yeah, but you weren't supposed to be there."
Yeah, you weren't supposed to be underage, so
So whose fault is that?
You kind of telling on yourself there, homie. Yeah, I mean, like people kind of like basically having sex, lots of oral stuff going on in corners.
Yeah, it was a dirty, gross place.
It was the I don't know if they do these anymore, but the shot girls where they'd walk around with those test tubes and shit.
Yeah, sure.
And you get like really watered down Kool-Aid, basically.
Still very prominent in the New Orleans zone.
Yeah, you get like 3 of them for $5 or something like that.
Well, the last time I was in New Orleans, I talked to one of those ladies, and they have to pre-purchase all that stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all the test tubes. They got to buy them up front, and then
that must be a new thing because these ladies just work for. This is before branding and shit. They just work for fucking Hammerjacks.
But they would do what they could. I mean, and speaking of Baltimore dirty white trash shit, the last time I went to the Baja Beach Club, there were
Jesus, yeah, dirty
of
white
test
trash shit.
Plenty of test tube ladies walking around, and they would do any kind of thing to get you to pay like $20 for one of those test tubes, like put it in between their boobs, or like spank you after you took one or something like that, because hey, that's some nasty stuff.
Well, have you seen the latest sort of weird incarnation of that, where I think you're allowed to take a shot from in between someone's boobs, but they're allowed to just haul off and smack the piss out of you afterwards?
Yeah, I have seen that. That's not new.
Yeah, Jesus, like I saw that where somebody was doing that, and this lady was just walking past the lady who was doing it, and she kind of smacked her on her ass like, "Go girl," or something like that, and the lady turned around and fucking punched the shit out of her.
Yeah, I think they kind of hire like off-duty S&M ladies or something, dominatrixes.
Sweet. Like, no thanks. I'm good.
Yeah.
One, I don't want to be put in between your dirty pillows.
It's funny because I always thought of myself as like I was always standing in the doorway of that kind of like scene, whether it be punk, underground, whatever, in terms of Baltimore, but never was into it. And anytime I was like at something like that, I was always kind of like, oh, this is a thing. Except for that shot girl stuff was like,
that was never punk shows and stuff though.
No, it was mainstream. It was like people who worked at the dock, or at Bethlehem Steel.
Bowhagers.
Yes, would go and get involved in that. Like Bowhagers had foam parties.
Oh yeah, ooh, gross.
Well, rather that was Parrot Island, which was across the street from Bowhagers, which was owned by the same guy.
When I turned 21, I went to the original Bowhagers and saw the meters, which was fucking awesome.
I saw the Reverend Horton Heat there, and I loved it. Yeah.
I opened up for guys who were in the Reverend Horton Heat at one point.
That's cool.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just stop talking about memory lane shit. Who cares about your dumb wedding?
It's only,
congratulations.
It's only about 6 minutes.
As I told you there, I'm so happy and excited for you guys. It was really cool. That was a good way to propose.
In perpetuity.
I'm glad she said yes.
It's up there on the sign, and it's on audio and in video.
Yeah, super cool. I was like, I remember afterwards just going up to Brian and be like, "Did you know he was gonna do this?" He's like, "No." It's like, "Oh, okay."
I would have never told that. No, never.
I didn't think so. You would have fucking told everybody. Or accidentally told the wrong people in front. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So, no, it was delightful. Sorry I had to bounce out like right after the halftime thing, but
no, you and like half the crowd.
I had to take Crosby out for his birthday dinner, so we went and got they got ramen and I got some really awesome like fried udon, which was awesome at Katana down in Kent.
Okay,
it was nice place. I like that place.
On Boston, right?
Yeah, it's that weird corner spot that they're the only place that's been able to stay like more than 3 years at the place.
It's true, and the place that was it before it was also like a sushi ramen place.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was like just a straight sushi place, I think.
Yeah. Forget the name of it.
Before that, it was a burger place, which was awful.
I heard that as well. Yeah.
They had the longest fucking menu in the world. And everybody was like, oh, well, let's order weird shit. My one friend was like, okay, I'm going to order peanut butter. And they were like, sure. And then as soon as the lady went and told him, you literally saw the guy run out the back door
to buy
and then come
butter.
back with a fucking Safeway bag because the Safeway was right across the street. They were like, what's going on? They're like, well, they had to go get your peanut butter. We're like, fuck you guys. You can't put that on your menu if you don't have that shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then it was so many weird. No, that was a place up the street that's now like our realtor's place. There was an oxygen bar a couple doors up.
Oh, I don't remember that at all.
It was whatever it's like one street down from the street that Safeway's on. You know, if you're looking on.
Is it like Cummings and Company?
Yeah, it was across the street from there. It was weird.
Whatever.
But yeah, the sidewalk, actually, when they had the sidewalk put in for this bar, they had a hopscotch thing molded into the concrete.
Okay.
So it's like a permanent hopscotch there.
Okay.
But yeah, it was an oxygen bar that we went to once just for like, what the fuck is this about? And everyone was like, this is stupid. I'm going to go have a cigarette.
Yeah, that's a very, so I know it was probably installed well after the year 2003, but it sounds like an early 2000s thing.
Oh, it's easily 2002, 2003.
Oh, it was. Okay. So that makes total sense then, because there were all these like dumb fucking concepts.
It was when that concept was like just blowing up and someone was like, I know a bunch of rubes that fucking spend a lot of cash.
No, you don't.
All the kids in Canton. Yeah. Is a mess.
I think the version of that now is the like selfie bar / game house / it's multi-purpose.
Selfie bar.
Yeah, I mean they have selfie rooms, so they're themed rooms where it's like, you know, jungle room,
oh geez,
desert room or something, and you take a bunch of selfies with your friends.
Wow.
And then they have games and maybe a cafe and like a bar set up.
Escape rooms.
No, that's very sort of like, I mean, it's built more for like corporate events and parties, but there's never alcohol. There's never like snacks, right?
That's what you need for escape rooms. Alcohol. Nobody ever gets out.
You get into a fist fight.
You open it up, a bunch of skeletons fall out.
You just punch out one of the windows. I've got the key. Let's get out of here.
Stop it, Jerry. What are you doing? I'm good.
I won't go to night shift.
You fuck this shit. I've escaped. All right, let's get into tonight's subject.
Yeah, what is it?
It's scallions.
Oh, wow. That is a very specific topic.
It is a very specific topic. I wanted to go back.
AKA green onions?
AKA green onions.
I love them. I love them.
That's what I was hoping. I do too. They're one of my favorite alliums.
For ease of use, ease of growing them yourself, all of the things, they
versatility,
are
flavor,
the finest little product you can buy and or grow for yourself.
And one of the things I love about them is people are way more willing to eat them raw than they would just regular onion. Like
sure,
onion on hot dogs or, you know, burger, that kind of thing. But like, if you just put like straight up scallion sauce on some fucking noodles, people are like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, they're really versatile, and I don't think people use them enough, which is weird to say.
I think including myself, like maybe 6 to 10 years ago, thought of them as some sort of Asian product. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Because there are not a lot of, you know, American recipes that call for them.
Sure.
Other than just like a basic garnish for color.
Yeah, they're basically the actual tastier version of parsley, right?
Sure.
But yeah, like when you go to H Mart, they're basically like 3 bunches for like $1.
$1.99 tops.
And then you go to Safeway and they're like $1, $1.50 a bunch.
Then you use them, you cut the bulbs off, you plant them in some dirt, and they grow forever.
Right.
Not only do they grow forever, they get to be humongous, and then you can uproot the bulbs, and you've got like a full-grown onion on your hands.
Oh yeah, when they get bigger and then actually turn into like spring onions kind of deal.
It's
Yeah,
amazing. It's great, and then you can pickle those onions.
I mean, yeah, they go in everything. So let's get into it.
Yes, please.
Scallions, also known as green onions, are vegetables derived from various species of the genus Allium. Scallions generally have a milder taste than most onions, and their close relatives include garlic, shallots, leeks, chives, and Chinese onions. Although the bulbs of many allium species are used as food, the defining characteristics of a scallion species is that they lack a fully developed bulb. Instead, the allium species referred to as scallions make use of the hollow tubular green leaves growing directly from the bulb. These leaves are used as a vegetable and can be eaten raw or cooked. Often the leaves are chopped into other dishes and used as garnishes. The words scallion and shallot are related and can be traced back to the ancient Greek Ascalonian.
Yep. Okay.
As described by the Greek writer Theophrastus. Theophrastus. Yeah, I can't. Damn it. I practice these goddamn names. I promise I do.
I have a question, John.
Yes.
I have a food question.
Theophrastus. Thanks, Brian.
The shallot.
It will never not be funny.
The shallot, as it is presented to me, oftentimes like from a home cooking kit or whatever, is the purple bulb. You know, the thing that you mince up and you add to a topper, a sauce, or whatever.
Yes, the pinkish purple like football shape thing.
So but the scallion is the green thing, but I feel like people are using them oftentimes interchangeably, but that is a mistake, as far as I know.
No, you can. I mean, if you're in a pinch, the thing is they have different flavors. Shallots are a little bit more garlicky,
pungent.
Yeah, they're a little bit more garlicky. Scallions are way chiller, but if you get enough of them, they do pack a punch. You can use onions or shallots or scallions basically interchangeably. Just know that you're going to get a little bit of a heat difference. You know what I mean? So yeah, Theophrastus. This name in turn is believed to originate from the name of the ancient Canaanite city of Ashkelon. So Ashkelonian. So it's basically Askel and then the word onion.
So you're telling me it's not a Latin term?
It's not a what?
A Latin term.
New Greek.
Latin word.
Yeah, no, it's Greek.
Wow.
Various other names are used throughout the word to describe the scallion, including spring onion, green onion. I like this one. Table onion.
Okay.
Salad onion. This one's fun too. Onion stick. The very basic long onion.
I'm going to call it that from now on.
The next two are cute. Baby onion and precious onion. Wild onion.
Sweetie little onion.
The very hillbillyish yard onion.
Yard onion.
This one, go pick up them yard onions. Gotta make my scallion pancakes. Gibbon, which is interesting.
Okay.
Syboe, Syboe.
No.
And shallot, which is really weird. Some people do call them shallots, but generally they're not known as shallots. I don't know exactly. I was trying to find out who actually calls them shallots, and I really couldn't find it, but it's there.
I'm going to say because the shallot to me has always been the little purple guy.
Yeah, and that's what a shallot is. But they're all still related because they are alliums.
While it's in my head, I wanted to ask you a question. Have you ever taken like a green onion after you chop it off, and then just if you're not going to maybe plant it in some dirt, you put it in some water, it will grow back. But then you get that onion water in the bottom where it gets all cloudy and it gets a little gooey. And then when you pour it out, it smells like rotten fucking onion.
Yeah, it's gross. During the beginning of COVID, we did a lot of that shit with Crosby to let's show you how lettuce grows, or let's put 3 toothpicks in an avocado seed and put it in water.
Did you not do a potato clock? Have you not done that yet?
No. We have done a potato thing with electricity though, but not the clock.
Mm-hmm.
Something where, you shock the dog. I don't remember.
Okay.
You electrocute it or something. Come here and
yeah, you kill the cat.
Yeah. No, it was an LED thing. So you would put the 2 wires in the potato, and then you had like a wired LED thing, and then you put it on both sides and it lit up the LED thing, I think.
Yeah, that, but an LED, like an LCD clock.
Right. No, I remember. I went to a science high school. Dude, I'm good.
A science high school?
Yeah, math, science, and engineering high school. Thank you very much. I know about how electricity works. No, we've never done the clock thing though.
That is a maybe a topic for another episode, is like food science, but like not
food science projects.
Yeah, food science projects for your kids.
Trying to create a contraption out of popsicle sticks to keep a egg from crushing itself.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
It was toothpicks for us.
There is nothing better in this world than watching everyone's dreams fucking die that day.
I made a parachute for mine. It lived, but it was pretty janky.
We did one where it lived, but it was like a dodecahedron or something that we fucking made. Mm-hmm. And it was like in the middle. So it was like basically like a 20-sided die that was like the size of like a small bowling ball, and then inside was the egg, and then it was made to crumble. So yeah, I think it lasted. Yeah, but we were dropping it from like pretty high up too.
Yeah, we dropped ours from at least 20 feet up. That is when I realized I am not an engineer. I never will be.
Oh God, stupid school things.
Anyway, green onions.
Yeah. So their culinary uses, they can be cooked or used raw, part of salads, sauces, or mainly, like you said, a lot of recipes are Asian in orientation. Diced scallions are used in soups, noodles, seafood, sandwiches, curries, stir fries, that kind of thing. And like when I put them in stir fries, I actually cut them really thick, which is what I always love about a good stir fry.
Oh, sure, like a
instead of like slices, yeah, like big pieces. In Mexico and the Southwest United States, cebolitas, which mean little onion, are scallions that are sprinkled with salt, but they're like bigger like grown scallions where the bulb gets bigger at the bottom. Sprinkled with salt, grilled whole, and topped with cheese and rice. I normally get them as a cebolita and cactus nopales mixture. Have you ever had cebolitas?
No.
Oh, they're awesome. If you like grilled onions, it's just, they put them on the plancha, grill them till they're soft, and it's still like, you just kind of, usually sometimes you got to peel the outside because it's a little papery, and then just eat the whole thing. They're fucking awesome.
Oh.
Yeah, they're really good. And then one of my other favorite things in the world is in Catalan cuisine. Have you ever had a calzot?
No,
okay,
I have
so
not.
It's CAL and then the C with the little hook handle at the bottom. Guy. Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't remember exactly what that's called. An COT, so it's CAL C hook OT calzot. It's a type of onion. It looks like almost a mixture between a leek and a scallion almost. But you can do bigger green onions and giant scallions like this. They're traditionally eaten in a calcetada. So it's a really it's like a gathering kind of deal where they get a bunch of them and then they burn the living piss out of them on a grill. Mm-hmm. Because they're probably a good, I don't know, almost an inch thick. And, they burn the shit out of the insides, and then they usually wrap them in newspaper or whatever and then let them steam out a bit. And then you peel the outer burnt part out and then dip the onion in romesco sauce.
All right.
And it's
restaurant idea, John.
Yeah.
It's all onions.
Okay. Dude, if somebody did that, onion's my favorite thing in the world. So like
all French onion soup, all onion appetizers, onions for dipping.
Yeah, like I have an onion on me. I don't think I have a spring onion. I can't see the back.
John
of
is showing off his tricep tattoo. It is an onion.
My bicep tattoo, motherfucker.
That was your tricep.
Let me take it to the gun show.
Okay. That looks like a radish to me.
Yeah, there's a radish right there, yeah.
Right, got it. Yep.
On my bicep, yep.
Okay, stop showing me that.
Want to watch him
All right,
dance?
All right.
Look at him dance.
Oh, God, I'm going to vomit. Don't make me start rapping.
Oh, God, yeah, no, we're good. But yeah, I do the calzone style green onion thing during spring a lot because they're just all over the place, and it's such an easy thing to just burn the shit out of them for a while, steam them out, and then everybody loves peeling them and getting dirty and then dipping them in the sauce, and it's so good. Have you ever had romesco sauce?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like red pepper and almonds and a little bit of bread and water and garlic and a little bit of vinegar, and it's fucking amazing. And paired with, charred, smoky, cooked onions, it's really a really good fucking smart pairing. In Japan, tree onion, wakagi, are used mostly as a topping for tofu. And I looked up the wakagi, and those are really cool looking. They're they're just big spring onions. In Nepal,
not only that, but I've watched episodes of Old Enough where they send the kids out to just the green area next to their highway side home and pick them out of the ground. Like they're just everywhere.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I can't watch that show. It gives me fucking.
Oh, it's so good.
Gives me panic attack.
It's so good.
Just watching the trailer, it gives me panic attack.
It's so great. Hey, 2-year-old, go to the grocery store and get me this can of beans.
Yeah, it's like when my parents were like, "Hey, 3-year-old, go get me smokes."
Yeah, that's the American version.
Yeah. In Nepal, scallion is used in different meat item fillings like momo, which are dumplings, which I fucking love.
Hell yeah.
And choila, which is meat intertwined with scallion in spices, which sounds fucking awesome. In China, scallion is commonly used together with ginger and garlic and cooked in a wide variety of vegetables and meat. Those three are often called the Holy Trinity of Chinese cooking, much like mirepoix is in French cuisine, or the Holy Trinity is in with Cajun cuisine, which is, if you're not familiar, mirepoix is celery, onions, and carrots, and Trinity in Cajun cuisine is celery, onions, and green bell pepper. The white part of the scallion is usually fried and other ingredients, while the green part is usually used to decorate finished food. In Vietnam, Welsh onion is important to do a fermented onion dish, which is served for Tet, which is the Vietnamese New Year. They also make a sauce that's called Welsh onion fried in oil, and it's used in a bunch of just dishes in porridge. Which is like a big thing. A lot of people use it in porridge. Like if you ever had balls, I'll get to it in a bit. In India, it's eaten raw as an appetizer. In North India, coriander, mint, and onion chutney are made using uncooked scallions. That sounds fucking awesome. It's also used as a vegetable with chaptis and rotis. In South India, spring onion stir-fried with coconut and shallots is served as a side dish with rice, which sounds fucking awesome. Irish champ is served with gravy. In Ireland, scallions are sometimes chopped and added to mashed potatoes, known as champ, or as an added ingredient to potato salad. Leave it to the fucking Irish to just we'll call it champ. Okay. In southern Philippines, it's ground in a mortar along with ginger and chili pepper to make a native condiment called wet palapa, which can be used to spice other dishes other dishes.
That's my porn name.
Yeah, wet palapa. Gross. Or as a topping for fried or sun-dried food. It can also be used to make the dry version of palapa when it's stir-fried with fresh coconut shavings and wet palapa. At the Passover meal, which is known as Seder, Afghan Jews and Persian Jews, strike one another with scallions before singing Dayanu, thus reenacting the whipping endured by Hebrews enslaved by the ancient Egyptians. That's a weird.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a weird thing. Like, let's beat each other with the scallions.
With onions.
Yeah. And then one thing that a lot of cultures actually do is make scallion oil, which is sometimes made from the green leaves or both. And then it's just what you think. It's you just chop it up, put it in oil, emulsify it a little bit, and then you're off to the races. A really good way to do that is just put scallion and oil in a food processor or a blender, and
sure,
and then you're good to go. Sorry for just coughing in your ear, everybody. that awesome noise that I made to make a blender noise almost killed me. So let's get into some fun facts about scallion and onions.
Fun facts.
Most of what we call scallions are just immature onions. Let's see. Some of these we've already gone through, and I didn't delete them out. You can tell the variety of scallion you have by looking carefully at the bottom of the green leaves near where they turn white. If the cross section is a D shape or has a flat side, it is A cepa. If it's O or round, it is an A fistulosum.
I feel like the majority of the store-bought varieties are the O variety.
Yeah. Totally.
I got to tell you, like the ones I've got sort of hibernating in my planter out back are fucking huge. The bulbs,
yeah, they were big last year.
Yeah, the bulbs are big, and I am very stoked to have them come back.
Yeah, I don't grow them. I probably should. I just go through them so fast that it's like...
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but when they're in season,
I don't grow basil that much.
They grow daily.
Yeah. No, they grow really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. In warmer climates, they can grow year-round and can be propagated by dividing. In colder climates north of the Zone 6. Where's Zone 6? Come on. Tell me where Zone 6 is.
I don't know. It's in my pants.
Oh, God, gross. The allium is directly planted in the spring from seed.
Yeah. And if you let them grow throughout the season, they do flower, and there are little seed pods at the top.
Oh.
So if you let them grow in your backyard or something like that, you're going to have like an entire grove of these things come next year.
That's great.
Yeah.
You know what's weird? When I take the dog out and we're walking through the park and she sees like, you know, those wild chives or little spring onions, she always smells it and then pees on it.
And then pees on it?
It never, every fucking bump. She's like, oh, that, and weirdly enough, if there's a plastic bag on the ground, I literally, if I see one, I have to pull her away because she's like, gotta pee on the plastic bag.
On a plastic bag. That is weird.
I don't know what the fuck it is.
The onions, like, it kind of makes...
I hate trash.
It kind of makes sense about the onions because the onions aren't good for dogs, but, you know...
Oh, do you think that's... Or you think she's like...
It's a warning mark? I have no idea. Hey, any veterinarians in your Facebook group that listen to this show...
I mean, she doesn't fail to miss a bump of like wild scallions. Wild scallions. Going back to fucking Bill and Ted. But yeah, maybe she's like, I gotta kill this shit with my fucking chemical.
My hot piss.
Yeah, with my chemical fucking warfare. Oh, gross. So you can store them in a couple ways. You can. The way I do it is I normally just fill a quart takeout container like halfway up with cold water, and then I just put them in there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. You can also just take a wet paper towel, a damp paper towel, and just wrap it around the bottom, and that helps too.
Yeah, the number one thing not to do is just leave them out out of the refrigerator or whatever, they will.
Out of the refrigerator? Oh,
yes,
yeah, no.
They will wilt immediately.
Yeah,
if you leave them in the fridge, they'll last you a couple days at most.
So let's talk about some cooking with these things.
Yeah, baby.
So have you ever had scallion and potatoes together?
Yes, sir. I have gone to Youngcock, aka Junka, in Baltimore, Maryland.
Yeah. I was talking about the Irish champ.
No.
Sure.
I'm talking about the seafood pancake, baby.
Oh, I was talking about scallions and potatoes. But yeah, scallion pancakes are fucking great. Like, so good. I actually made a weird bastard Korean pancake this week.
Okay.
I had made like seafood boil. You know, just sausage, corn, potatoes, and shrimp and onion. Well, I added onions and cabbage to it too, which the cabbage was fucking awesome. I'd never done it before, but it's really good.
What was the like seasoning that you added to the whole
Old
thing?
Bay.
Right.
Yeah, Old Bay.
Yeah, no, like cabbage soaked in
Old Bay
that
lemon
kind of
juice
broth.
water.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I had a lot left over, and after a few days, I was like, okay, I got to do something with this. We'd had our fill because I made a lot of it, and I peeled all the shrimp, I chopped everything up, and then I just mixed it with powdered Korean pancake mix, and then just made big ass pancakes, and it's fucking awesome. Like, you know, mixed in a little bit of extra soy sauce, some salt, and then the next day I gave it to Crosby for breakfast with an egg, and he was kind of like, and I topped it with like a soy scallion sesame sauce that I like, a dipping sauce. So I topped it with that, and he was like, it was a little much. I'd like something different next day. And I was like, okay. But I plan on eating it tomorrow actually tonight. So to be the pancake, Kewpie mayo, the soy sauce mixture, and then something else, which I was thinking, scallion, and topping it with a bunch of scallions. Yeah. And that's going to be awesome. I'm excited about it. Let's see.
I'm going to start rapping, John. If you don't start talking.
No. I'm just trying to, make sure. I think, I've accidentally, okay. So here we go. Chinese scallion pancakes. Those are huge. Cream of celery leaf and scallion soup, which I was like, oh, that's really specific. Celery leaf, which, it sounds good. I don't know how you are with those kind of like weird, like 3-ingredient watery sort of soups that at the end you just mount with cream and you're like, all right, there you go.
So like with most things, I'm not into like the cream based stuff.
Oh, really? You don't like a creamy soup?
Not really.
Oh, wow.
Everybody's really super obsessed with, cream of crab, cream of this, cream of that. I'm fine with like a carrot bisque. That's about as far as I go. Cream of tomato. I'm just not really well versed in the rest of the cream soups.
Have you ever had yakitori where it's like a piece of chicken and then like an inch long of scallion and a piece of chicken, an inch long of scallion, that kind of thing? Or just the scallion yakitori where it's just, the inch long scallions on a couple sticks and then they, grill it? That's fucking awesome.
I haven't had that recently, but I did make yakitori chicken just last night.
Nice. I love yakitori chicken.
Yeah, I deboned a bunch of thighs and went to town.
I am not usually wistful for former restaurants in Baltimore or anywhere. Once they run their thing, they run their thing, and they're gone. But there was a place called Yakitori One.
Okay.
In Baltimore, probably 15 years ago.
I was going to say it sounds kind of 15 years ago.
Yeah. And it was right around the corner from Youngcock, and it was awesome. It was just a bunch of young kids, and it had super Japan, like they made it feel super Japanesey inside. Okay. And it was so great to go, and it's all they served was yakitori, and it was so good.
Oh wow,
it was so fucking good. Yeah, I miss it, and I think they they all moved to fucking New York, and I was like, you bastards.
Probably.
You can always do quick pickled scallions, which is awesome. Steamed whole fish is great when you put, you know, like a scallion oil, or just steam them with scallions, or a ginger scallion sauce. Like ginger scallion sauce is fucking the most key. I always have ginger scallion sauce. I haven't not had it in my fridge for like at least, this is going to sound like hyperbole, but like 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, between miso dressing and something like that, I need to have it in my refrigerator 24/7.
Yeah.
And I always don't.
And it's super easy. It's just literally just chop up a bunch of ginger as fine as you can, put that into a takeout container, chop up a bunch of scallions, put it on top of that. Then you put in soy sauce, and then you put in sherry vinegar, then you put in salt, and then a little splash of sesame oil, and then a bunch of regular oil, and mix it all up together. And it's fucking great. And then taste as you go. Like, that's the recipe. Like, after you get all that shit in there, then it's like, okay, do I want more soy sauce? Yes. Glug, mix.
Glug.
Can it use a little bit more salt? Yes. Glug, mix. Is the sherry not pronounced enough? A little bit of sherry vinegar. Boom. Also, sherry vinegar, go get a bottle. You'll think it's expensive. You don't use a lot of it. It's fucking key in so much other stuff. But like, you know, just as a topping for just making like if you don't want to eat shitty ramen, you can just take the noodles, cook the noodles, and then put the ginger scallion sauce on it. And it's so fucking good. It's so fresh and delicious. I love it so much. Just as a spread on fucking sandwich bread, or mix with mayo, like, or just add extra soy sauce and some mayo, and you got like the greatest dumpling dipping sauce in the world. I fucking love ginger scallion sauce. So
all right, so we got to add to the menu at our Just Onions restaurant.
Yeah, it's called Just Onions.
Just Onions. Oh wait, no, it's Justine Yins, and it's Justine Bateman is the mascot. And
I almost spit. You fucker. I knew where you were going with that.
Or it could be called, as is trendy these days, we're gonna have to change the name at some point, but it'll have to be called Oops All Onions. Because the kids love making that reference these days, even though like they never grew up with Oops All Berries. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, what a time to be alive. Any stir fry, like, especially like you were saying, like, you know, or with the yakitori chicken, like just stir fried chicken, then just putting scallions in at the end.
But also it's hard to like overdo it. Like,
oh no, exactly.
You would have to you'd have to get to a critical mass of green onion to like really overdo it, because
you'd
just
have
so
to
good.
put like 4 batches of fucking you'd have to put like 25 scallions in there for 2 chicken breasts.
Absolutely.
Or 2 chicken thighs.
Well, especially when you do like a Korean stew and it's the long cut boys.
Right.
And you're pulling them out with your little chopsticks and you're just eating them one at a time out of that spicy broth, and it's just so fucking delightful. And they're not filling. All you're doing is it's a vehicle for the broth into your little craw hole, and it's delightful. It's just wonderful.
There's a German pizza that is called Flammkuchen. Well, Flammkuchen's just German pizza, but they do a charred scallion and artichoke pizza.
Okay.
Where so it starts with crispy crust topped with creme fraiche, and then charred scallion, creme fraiche, and then the charred scallions and artichoke hearts. It sounds
John, we have to approach like a local pizza shop and say, listen, we'll do a live recording here. You're going to make this pizza. We will not pay you, but we will plug your business.
Yes. And you now have a new pizza to make.
I want some Flammkuchen.
Yeah, it does sound really good.
It sounds great.
Artichoke heart.
Does it have a red or a white sauce? Because it sounds like a white sauce.
Creme fraiche.
Oh, creme fraiche. My bad. Yeah.
Creme fraiche is the sauce. Yeah.
Got it.
Which is super weird. Like, there's got to be something else put in the creme fraiche.
Just by itself, like maybe throw in some garlic.
But it's probably not, like, knowing Europeans, like, they use creme fraiche on everything, but they don't American it, where the Americans would put like an inch and a half of creme fraiche on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna put a schmear.
A thin
like,
schmear.
Right. Well, no, the Americans.
Wait, does it have cheese?
Hold
on a minute.
Schmear. It doesn't sound like it.
Uh-oh. Well, all right. That's not really pizza, though, is it?
You already got the... Sure it is.
I don't know,
it's
John.
Flammkuchen, motherfucker. Avocado
Flammkuchen, it does not a pizza make.
Of course it does. Pizza can be anything you want, man. If you just open your mind. Like the opening of a scallion at the top. Avocado green goddess dressing, one of my favorites.
Yes.
Look up if you've never made green goddess dressing and only had it out of a bottle. If you've never, I mean, God, that goes for
John never shuts up about green goddess dressing. Every time I see him in real life, he just goes on and on for 20 minutes. People will we'll be in group conversations, and he just comes up and he's like, "I mean, it was really good. Green goddess dressing the other day. It's
usually
so good."
Just have it in a flask on me.
Yeah, and he's like, "Everybody, do you want a shot of my green goddess dressing?" And people are like, "That's weird, dude. Get out of here."
But they like it. Green onion kimchi is fucking awesome.
Okay, yes,
because of course it is.
Anything kimchi.
Here's the thing I wanted to tell you about. I've never heard of this. I want to hear your opinion on this.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of $1 million dip?
If it involves gold leaf, I don't want to hear it.
So it's made with sharp cheddar cheese, bacon, scallions, and almonds.
Okay.
And then you blend it.
All right.
And then I think there's something else I missed. I think there might be mayo in there.
Yeah, there's got to be something to smooth it out a little bit.
Yeah.
That sounds really thick and chunky.
Right. So, I saw this and I was like, oh shit, that looks really good. Hold on.
Doesn't sound bad. I mean, are they raw onions not raw onions or raw almonds? Are we talking about like salty onions? God, I keep saying that. Almonds, smoky almonds, because there are a lot of different commercially available almonds.
Slivered almonds.
Slivered. Okay,
bacon,
so not
mayonnaise.
Flavored. Got it.
Mayonnaise,
okay.
Cheese, green onions, and cayenne.
Oh, all right. That's like a bastard pimento cheese almost.
Yeah. Oh, and you don't even puree it. You just kind of chop everything up and mix it together.
All right.
Huh. It looks good though. I'm like, oh shit.
All right, we're going to this pizza restaurant and we're gonna make them make
$1 million dip Flammkuchen. Million.
Yes.
Well, wait, hold on. What's shit? German currency. I guess it would be euro, right? €1 million dip.
Yes.
What's the old German currency?
Oh, Deutschmark. Yeah.
Thank you.
God.
Million Deutschmark.
I was almost going to kill myself because I couldn't remember it right off the bat.
All that was in my head was lira, and I was like, no, it's Italy, right? Like,
yeah, that's not Germany.
They were on the same side.
Never forget, John.
Yeah, fuck you guys. Have you ever heard of Texas caviar?
Oh God,
So that's
I'm sure I've seen it on one of those like diners, dive-ins, and blah.
It's very much the rancher's wife or whatever she's called, Ree Drummond. I'm sure she makes that all the time.
Right.
What the hell's her show? What, the Pioneer Woman or whatever? She's a pioneer woman. She's a fucking multimillionaire because her husband has a gigantic farm. Oh God. Don't even get me started on Ree Drummond. So it's black eyed peas, black beans, corn, tomato, yellow peppers, onion pepper, orange peppers, pickled jalapenos, and then a bunch of scallions. You chop it up and mix it with, some sort of dressing, which is made of olive oil, red wine vinegar, garlic, sugar, lime, salt, pepper. It's like chili, but not cooked.
Right. Yeah. It sounds okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's fine. Every time I've had it, it's fine. But I wanted to bring it up. Some people like it,
it's just salsa without tomato.
Well, no, there is tomato in it.
Oh,
but it's just not. Yeah, it's just
but it's not like, I don't know. To me,
it's more beans.
It doesn't. I was going to say it doesn't scream tomato, and it probably doesn't really. It's not tomato forward. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Chilled tofu with scallions and soy sauce. I don't know if you've ever had that kind of thing where You just take, uncooked tofu and then just let it marinate with scallions and soy sauce and eat it. Like normally you would, with something like this, you'd use like silken tofu.
Mm-hmm.
I was pulled in one year, many years ago at H Mart. There were just ladies that had that, and they were just like, "Here, try our tofu." And I was like, "Oh, what's it marinated in?" And they're like, "Oh, it's just scallions and soy sauce." And I was like, "Okay, sure." And I took a bite, and
boing, oing, oing, oing.
yeah, vorpaled into a fucking new other dimension. I was like, "I'll take 5 of those, please." Like, but then I wound up buying a bunch of that fucking tofu. It was so good, because tofu's got different levels and shit, and like silken tofu with just a really good sauce is so good.
Not that I'm telling you should do an episode about tofu, because that would be even more boring than this. But
I've already done it.
I didn't know that. Okay,
I'm sure we've already done it.
But there are like 8 million different.
What do you mean more boring than this, you fuckface?
Took you 8 million years to
I was
going to
let it pass, and then you know what? Fuck that.
But there are like 50,000 varieties of tofu.
Yeah, it's really complicated. It really is.
Firm, extra firm, soft, extra soft, liquid, farty.
I'm sure there's a farty one.
Farty tofu.
Fartfu. Have you heard of Hawaiian with Hawaiian chicken? Hawaiian chicken.
Let me guess. Pineapple, scallion.
Yeah, exactly. Pineapple, soy sauce, chicken broth, brown sugar, garlic.
Some kind of like,
this is all like white people shit when they call it Hawaiian chicken, because Hawaiians wouldn't call it Hawaiian chicken. They would probably just call it chicken. But
so then no, I'm not the biggest fan of pineapple. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't really care for it.
And then last but not least, which I make a few times a year, and then I'll make a giant batch of it and then freeze it because it freezes really good, is congee. Have you ever made congee?
Yep. No, I haven't made it, but I know of it.
You know what it is? It's just a rice porridge where basically you purposely overcook
rice yes.
in a bunch of liquid, and then it's really gentle because you don't want to put a lot of stuff into it, because I crave it when I'm sick.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I'll just do a base chicken congee, where the chicken, it's just a bunch of chicken thighs, and it all falls apart.
Oh, you actually use chicken thigh meat? Because I was gonna say most of the time, if I'm sick, I will make just a bowl of rice with chicken broth. Just that's it.
Yeah. Oh no, exactly. Me too. But yeah, if I have the congee, I'm eating that, because then a little bit of soy sauce, a little bit of scallion, or a lot of scallion. It's literally
the gentlest thing you can possibly consume. Really is.
It's so good. And just with a good amount of salt, whether it be a little bit of fish sauce or soy sauce. And then if I'm feeling up to it, and I always am, a soft boiled egg, and fucking let's do this shit. It's so good.
It's got the electrolytes your body craves.
Mm-hmm. As he drinks a beer and Evan doesn't vamp for him. But yeah, I had this at the end of my thing, but it's gone. Let me look this up real quick. I was trying to look up scallion food competition stuff.
Okay. Top scallion chef.
Well, no, you know how all these assholes eat I've eaten 47 slices of pizza in 10 minutes. That kind of shit. There's nothing like that. Right?
Right. I guess because it's not quote sexy enough.
Right. But I even went to the world food eating motherfuckers competition or whatever. And one there, they just don't do it. And you would think that would be a really easy competition to just, let's, because,
chomp.
They have most bulbs of garlic or most garlic cloves eaten by an asshole.
Oh, that's funny, because I was about to say, because it's maybe considered a base ingredient that it's not as interesting, but
No, I mean, have you ever seen them eat chili peppers like they're fucking,
But they're
Cool Hand Luke and
but
shit?
yeah, but there's a challenge.
Or then again,
element to that.
egg. I mean, I would be interested to watch some dickhead eat 75 scallions in a minute.
Oh,
that'd be amazing.
I think it would be. Honestly, if you got Joey Chestnut or Kobayashi,
I fucking hate that guy.
Yeah, of course. But if you got either one of those guys,
Kobayashi's great.
Up at that table, they'd probably down a bushel of fucking green onions in like 10 minutes.
I've probably brought this up to you before, but have you ever watched the 30 for 30 on Joey Chestnut and Kobayashi?
I don't know if I've seen the 30 for 30, but I've seen so many documentaries about those two people.
Joey Chestnut is a fucking asshole.
He is an asshole.
He basically ruined Kobayashi.
But it's not that he's necessarily an asshole. It's the guy that started the Nathan's hot dog eating contest that is the bigger asshole because he's a fucking racist.
Oh, yeah.
And like
he didn't want. I don't want the thing to come out of America.
He did not want a Japanese person winning the hot dog eating contest and like encourage Joey Chestnut to come out wearing like an American flag and this, that, and the other. Right. And Kobayashi, I mean, A, got tired of it, but B, just was like, I'm tired of this bullshit,
Yeah.
But if you ever want to see the most amazing footage of Kobayashi doing anything,
the music video,
involving eating,
get
on YouTube and look up Man versus. It's Man versus Animal. It's a Fox special from the late 90s.
Oh yeah.
And it's Kobayashi going up against a grizzly bear eating hot dogs. And I'm not going to spoil it, but both contestants eat a lot of hot dogs.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. And then there's a video called from a band called God Lives Underwater. It's called From Your Mouth.
Okay.
And it's all backwards. So
and the hot dogs are coming out of his mouth.
No. It's not hot dogs. It's like eggs and all kind of shit. It's a table full of food. So it's like basically a little bit sped up, but throughout the 4-5 minutes that the song is,
watching food come out backwards from people's mouths is really upsetting.
It's real fucked up, but it's real fun.
Let's talk more about this. I don't want to talk about green onions anymore.
Well, no, we're gonna go out on this. Okay. The Guinness World's Record for the longest scallion. I'll let you take a guess. What do you think?
Oh God! I mean, it's got to be from China or something like that, like in the middle of
Very
the field.
good. Exactly. It's from the district of Jinan City.
Okay.
The Jiangqi.
I have to imagine because I have actually had green onions that will grow in my tiny little planter to be about a foot-ish tall, but then they collapse on themselves. Mm-hmm. I have to imagine that the ones that are growing out in the middle of a field, free to do their thing with all the nutrients at their disposal and that fresh, clean Chinese air, have to be like the middle core has to be nice and thick and sturdy. So I'm going to guess 3 feet.
8 foot 3
Good
inches.
God.
3.68 inches.
8 feet?
Yeah. Here, hold on. I'll let you take a gander at this beautiful
Well,
thing.
here's the problem with an 8-foot green onion. You can't really chop. You can't really. Yeah, that doesn't look tasty.
No, it's basically a tree.
That's kind of inedible. But also the top is all withered like a.
I think it's been sitting
hair.
out for a while, but yeah, it looks pretty beat. It
does
probably had a hard time in.
But
transport.
also the if you look at the white part of that was not above ground, and
no, of course not, because that's why it's white.
I don't think that counts
because it's below ground.
Yeah,
extra fortification.
Right.
So there you go, everybody. Scallion.
Wow, green onions, John. I didn't think you could do it, but you did make an episode of this podcast about.
You're gonna hurt my feelings, making me feel bad about like the things I picked, because that's why people tune in.
No, it's a very I
find this stuff fascinating.
It's a very niche topic, and it's not something I ever would have thought to talk about, but it is such
Have you ever listened to my goddamn podcast? Every fucking episode is
for
niche,
me.
pretty
It
much.
is. I love it as an ingredient, as a thing.
Yeah,
and so bless you. Real good for bringing this to the topic table.
So, yep. Thank you for being with me on this journey.
Sure.
And thank you for listening to the Rude Cooking School podcast. You can go out and get your own scallions and make your own ginger scallion sauce and post it to our Facebook group and let everybody see what kind of culinary.
Oh, guys, I'm
master you
suggesting it's Scallion week on the Rude Cooking
Hell
School
yeah.
podcast
All
group.
right. I'll start it off tomorrow or Saturday.
I'm going to make one of those
Saturday.
steamed egg dishes, but with all scallions on the inside.
Hell yeah, that sounds good. And join our Facebook group. It's a bunch of weirdos that show each other what they make for dinner, ask questions about cooking advice, and everyone is genuinely nice and super cool and not like the internet at all, or like Facebook is normally. In our group, if you're a dick, you get like one chance, and after that, you're done. You're out. We don't give you 3 strikes. You're done. That's why everybody's cool. Because they're all fearful of me. No, they're all fucking nice people who actually just want to be there and not be a dick. So join in the fun and stupidity. We are in other places, but it doesn't matter. You can find us. You're listening to us right now. Tell your friends, tell your family. We do not advertise. We don't pay for it. We get word of mouth, and that's great because the word of mouth has made it to Norway. It's made it to Australia. It's made it to China. It's made it to Iceland. It's made it to Germany. We have listeners all around the world, and I really appreciate that. Tell your Flammenkuchen. Do it. Tell your dog. Tell your cat. Tell your Alf. Tell your cat to stay away from your Alf.
That's right.
And that's it. Evan, tell them about your great podcast. 10 years strong.
Yeah, we just celebrated 10 years of podcasting on the CTB.show. Go to CTB.show to hear that. If you're one of those rare individuals that also listen to this podcast and have already downloaded that episode, re-download it because it was a repeat of the previous episode. But we podcasted from a brewery. We interviewed the brewery people. I got engaged on it.
That was pretty sweet.
And we talked about child boners.
I'm glad I left before. Did I leave before that?
I don't know if you did, but it was a great time. We had a lot of audience participation, everything you would want from a live show. I couldn't ask for anything more, and I drank for free, so I'm happy.
Nice. Well, thank you again, and thank you for listening to the Rude Cooking Spot. God damn it, going in, going out.
Spot, new title.
The Rude Cooking Spot, the Rude Cooking School podcast. We'll talk to you next week. We'll have a food news episode, and we'll try to find the goofiest shit out there that will tickle your pickle and scream on your scallion. My name is John Housen III. Eat everything and don't yuck my yum.
And don't confuse a scallion for a shallot.
Yeah. Don't get a scallion.
Ooh, wait, hybrid.
Trademark. Peace.
Copyright.
Bye, everybody.